Paperbark is like a digital children's storybook that's come to life, and it's one of the reasons why it drew me in. I was drawn to this game initially because I was brought up on the storybook and TV show The Animals of Farthingwood, and this has a very similar vibe to me, and I was having a nostalgia trip whilst playing it. In Paperbark, you play as a wombat who is amberly going around a forest, feeding itself, scratching its back, minding its own business, throughout 6 chapters that are very quick and easy to progress in. There's no difficulty here, it is just purely clicking along for the ride in the story. And that's what I mean when I say that this is like a children's storybook come to life. In the game, it starts out entirely like a blank canvas with its wombat in the middle, and you'll get a couple of lines of narration to start off each chapter. And then you'll be asked to basically explore some very linear paths. But as you do and go forward, the world colours in like a watercolour painting being drawn in front of your eyes, in front of you. And I really like this aesthetic because it plays really well into like a wombat understanding its surroundings and painting the world around it. But then as you stumble across a wildfire towards the end, and don't worry, there's no big peril involved, and there's like no horrible twist shock ending. That kind of painting the world out around you is flipped on its head because it's smoke and ash all around you, and you can only see what's in front of you for a little while, which is a really good play on things. The game itself sells its message quite nicely around wildfire and needing to cultivate and look after our wildlife and our wild habitats. But it doesn't oversell the message in like a slap you round the face kind of way. And it sells its story in a way that could be used as a bedtime story to be repeated over and over again, like other kids, where they're like, I want to read that story every day. And you're like, really? Because this game can be completed in 30 to 40 minutes. It took me just over 40, and that was because I was busy trying to get as many of the 100-ish collectibles that you can get as you go through the game. So if you've got a young kid that can't necessarily do all of the clicking in the right areas, then what they can do is point to the animals that you kind of see on your travels, and you'll be able to add them to your collection so that they feel kind of like they're interacting with the game. Or if they're happy with it, they can kind of click around on different parts of the map and colour in the world as you go through the story. It's really that lightweight. There's a couple of things that did slightly irk me with the game itself, and that is that when you get into certain areas around like branches that you would squeeze under or jump over, the game takes over and starts to do it for you, but actually I'd seen a collectible in the corner that I was busy trying to click on to get to, but the game wouldn't let me kind of go back to get it. So it's very much a forward momentum style of game, and once you cross a path of something, it's like a path of no return, so you can't go back and grab something. And that, aside from the length, was really my only issues with Paperbark at all. Just a big shout out as well to the soundtrack. I really like the way how the pizzicato strings work throughout all of this game, and how it gives a warm folksy vibe, like the Australian outback. And it's there and omnipresent, and it really gives a ethereal quality to it, because it's as if home has a voice and it's singing out for the wombat to find its way back home again. And I thought that was a really poetic and quite heartwarming way to tell a story. Written review will be over on highplanegames.com. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them down below. This one's definitely for the kiddies, but I had a good time regressing back there. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/higherplane-network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.